Today I want to extend a little section of path along. This is a pond channel here, which sort of comes out of the pond round this island and then back into the pond over there, and also over there. And this is all just being gradually cut down. But alongside this this channel here is this woodland path here. And the woodland path is all finished there, and then it's finished up to that point there, but it's going to sort of gradually slope down, come out a little bit more around this bank, and sort of slope down into this way. So it's just this little section here that I want to do today. So the first thing is to move some of these things that have started to collect here. Of course, then I've got to work out where all this stuff's going to go. I've got this bucket, which is just it's really just a washing hands in bucket. The handle broke, so I'll put that somewhere useful where I'm sort of digging and working. I'll just put it down here for now. That's one bit gone, and I've got this another bucket here that can go over there for now, so I'm going to need it back here in a bit. But then I've got all these like potted trees, you know, when I'm digging and then I find a tree and I sort of put them in a pot and they just sort of get, they're just sort of here, some of them sort of grown into the ground a bit, mostly willows, alders and birch and things, but there's a few other ones in here, and I'll just go and find somewhere else to put these for now. Probably just up here. Now I've got to work out the logistics of it, so it kind of starts there, and I'm going to do a section of it, so that's like a kind of chunk, so like one sort of 2-foot section and one another 2-foot section, perhaps to there, like that. So I'd be wanting to sort of cut out a chunk like sort of so big, something like that. Of course, this channel will be deeper, about 3 feet deeper possibly. 2 little terraces deeper, like here and in here. So that's the depth it will be. And when the pond is full, it's up to here. So this path is then like above it, a steep slope going up to it, and then the path up here. And the path will be sloping down gradually, aiming to get to 6 to 8 inches above the water level for at least a section before it goes back up and around that way, and also staying at that low level to go around the headland there. So first I'm going to mark out, that's where the path has got to. It's a very gradual slope, but everything up there is finished. And then let's see, up to there and to there, maybe to there, yeah. So do it in 3 sections, 3 different terraces, like so step up, step up, step up. So this one's the cut down the shallowest, and that one's a bit deeper, and then that one's a bit deeper still. So then I can put the pond slop on top to make a nice smooth path. It always looks a bit daunting when there's all this long grass and rushes and stuff, but it is quite easy to pickaxe through. Now the first section I want to be the deepest, and don't know if I want to go right to the depth of that, but let's see. Yeah, probably not as deep as that, maybe 2/3 I suppose. So just start pickaxing or mattocking this, and some of it just comes off in chunks when it's nice and rooty, and then lumps like that could be carried away, or I could put them in the wheelbarrow maybe. Yeah, perhaps I get the wheelbarrow, and just work my way back like that, cutting it down to the level that I want it to be at, all the way across the first section of my 3 little sections there. It's quite easy to cut through. It's all a nice clay, and although it's been mostly dry, because it's under trees here mostly, it's not too concretey yet. Still quite quite wet underground, so it's not too hard to cut through, which is good. And I'll cut a load of this and I'll cart it off someplace. I think maybe if I just take it down to about half this level for now and see what that looks like, and then I could take it down more if I need to. Alright, there, there, and then shovel this stuff away, try to make a new level at that height, because that's going to be the height of the deepest section there. And it's just these first ones, just mark it out, get all these loose bits up like that, and they're going to cut that bit at that level as well, just like that. And then move all this lot away. So now what I want to do is this little level I've made here, I want to eat that all the way through here and make all this first section into that level there. So just hack through this stuff. It's sort of easier in some places than others. It's quite rocky here, but it kind of changes all the time, because this is like the subsoil is made from weathered underlying bedrock, and the bedrock here is really folded, you know, and bendy, so you keep coming into different seams of stuff all the time, but it is all some kind of different clay, just different coloured clay, orange clay, white clay, all sorts of different clay, but it's all clay. But the rocky stuff is the hardest to dig through. So I'm going to come through right across here, so I can then get this level down like this. Just a nice chunk all at the lowest level of this section of path here, and then I want to just get it up to this end bit here, and then that's going to be the slope coming down. And when I marked out where I wanted this path to go, I just cut out this bit here, so it's like a little shelf here. You can see I've just left a little shelf there, and the bank bit is there, and I've just put a little bit more here. I'm going to have a little bit of a slope there, and that means that the path is kind of pushed that way a bit to make it, to kind of wiggle a bit, to make it like a longer journey. So I just want to cut it back to here, and then cut it into a nice kind of 45-degree slope just on the edge of it there. Just carefully go down here on the edges, so it's a nice steep slope, which will be going down to the path, and just take it up to the end here. So beyond this point, I'm not sure exactly where the path's going to go, but it's almost down to the level I want it here. So this is what I'm doing for now up to this point here. So just neaten all this bit off and make this nice slope here at the edge, and then just cut down to the edge of the path here, down to this level here, and then just keep cutting it down to that same level, and shoveling it all into here, and this is this last bit of this level here done now, which is really good. Just chuck all those in there. There's the last few little bits here. There's that little bit, and that's that nice little chunk done there. Now, got to somehow manoeuvre the wheelbarrow. Right, there's a wide bit of path by the tree here. So I go like that, there's enough room to turn, and we're off. And then this lot can be used to create this new area here, just improving this little pathway down here at the moment. And each wheelbarrow is quite a lot of more soil. It makes it look loads different. So I want it to be a gradual slope going down, so just step it down, and then it slides, just step it down like that, and then there's all that just sloping downwards, so just make a nice pathway down here, or at least a temporary one, and that'll make it a lot easier getting buckets of slop up here, and on the edges here just tread that down, woo, like that, and then that's ready for the next wheelbarrow. It's always good to get the biggest bit done first, because that's the bit that's the hardest work and the deepest. So that's the first of the 3 sections. So the next section would be half of what's remaining, so it would be like to here. I think that's what my marker is. So that one's going to be 2/3 cut off this one. So it's going to be 1/3 as deep, and then the other one will be half of what's left. That's really good. So now I'll start working on this side, cutting it to 2/3 of the current depth, like that. Sort of immediately I'm getting this little bit of a shelf cut where I want this terrace to be here, so that I can then have something to mark and cut everything here to this level. And let's continue taking it all down this next section to this level here, which includes this bit here with a bit of rushes and grasses on it. So I just hack it down like that. Comes away in big lumps, just chuck them in the wheelbarrow. And so eat back a row at a time and smash up the ground underneath like that. And then on this side here, where I'm going to have this steep slope here, just position myself here and hack away like at a right angle like that. So it's coming down like this. That's really good. Now that's all I really need to do. Here, rather than having this as 2 levels, I've just had it sloping up gradually, so it's just below the complete section of the path there. So I'm just going to move this last wheelbarrow and just turn it around here on this little wide bit of path, and then all the way down through here to extend the footpath this end. And here, this is the first bit of path that will sort of breach the escarpment. If you sort of look over that way, you see that's like a load of soil left from digging the big pond, and this is the first attempt at actually having a path going down through it, apart from the main path, of course. This is like the first secondary path. Just tread it down here and bash it all down. Nice slope so that it extends down a little bit further. Not too steep, not too not steep, just the right balance. And then these loose bits can just be kicked down over the ends like that. And then I think that's all of that done today. So now we need to get some buckets of slop. Here's a good place to get some nice wet pond slop. Just arrange these things a minute. Right, well, let's stand up there and not quite. So one there, and maybe some here, a couple there. I think they'll fit there, yeah. Right, and yeah, it's just like where I've been treading and where it's like just sediment and stuff. It's like a nice sort of build up of stuff here, but I want to make sure I get just the nice pond slop here, just dragging it along with little jerky movements until I get a nice shovelful like that, and then sort of put around. There's quite a lot over here, and you see kind of great big banks of it. Just go through like that, and just a perfectly runny, pliable stuff. That's really good. Just scrape along the bottom, trying to get it off. When it's all cloudy like this, of course you can't see where it is, you have to sort of feel around for it. And just shake it on like that, drain off any excess water, and like that. I see, I think there's some over here somewhere. Yeah, there's some there. You just sort of feel it building up against the shovel like that. And, and then it starts again over here. Nice big dollop of the runny pond slop there. And then I can carry these bits off. Haven't got so far to go with these. It's almost right next to where I'm building it, which is really convenient. Always good to have it from as near as possible. And then up these terraces here, and then I can put them here. These two buckets here are from an inlet that had just dried out, so it's like more pliable stuff. It's not quite as runny, and I'm going to put that on the edges first, because the path is going to, I don't know, be up to about here, and then down here will be sloping topsoil, which we'll be doing the path today, and then there's topsoil when that's dried, so then I can use the path to do that with. So right, yeah, because the path takes a long time to set. That's the drawback with these mud paths, they do take a while to set. So when it's set, then I can add the topsoil to the sides here and also kind of over there. So it's going to go follow on from that one and sort of slope downwards like that. I'm just doing the edge at a 45-degree angle so it doesn't collapse, and then that's going to come in a bit like that. So sort of bending inwards a bit like that, and it's going to come down to that height, so it's going to be more of a slope, so like that. Yeah, something like that, up to there, over to there. That looks alright. Right, so that's like the edge marked out for that bit. Just make sure it's all smoothed down and nice slope so it doesn't collapse. And then I can get some of this runny stuff here. Put one there, and then another one here. Right, so that's all held back by that now, so this can be tipped in because it's very slight slope, so it won't all run away. Yeah, steep stuff is good to do with the more dry stuff. Right, one there, and one there. Right, now this here, there's a little bit there where we've been walking over it is a little bit lower, so I can just go up there and then start sloping it down, like it, following the contour of that, just like this. Make sure you get air pockets out of it like this. And then with this other semi-dried pond slop bucket, I just put that there. Tip all that out like that. Get all those bits off, and then shape this down to meet that side there. And go. It's going to go in a bit. Yeah, it's going to go like that, and then over to there like so, and then that's going to continue on down there at a lower level. That can go there, and there like that. Nice edge like this, a bit further back in, and that can slope down like that. So it's the same level as the edge of the shelf there, and then carry on sloping down there, and just terminate it there for now at a nice 45-degree slope, and smooth that off, bash like air pockets, like as if you were making a concrete path or something, and smooth that down like so. So it's all like a nice kind of flowing slope, just a bit more down there, and a bit more up there perhaps. Yeah, like that's nice. Right, and then I'll get my other two buckets of slop here. Right, and then these can go over here. Whoa! And whoa! Like that. And just fit these two in here. This stuff's just loads more runny and pliable, so we're going to put this one to the far end here. Right, so pull that out of there, ow, and get that out of there, and then that's going to just line up with the finished bit of path there, right up to the end, and right up to the bank here, which is going to be covered in topsoil here to meet up with this bit, and then that can just smooth that off there. In this really hot weather is a good time to get this done. If you do it in the winter, they might not even set till the spring, but in this time of year, because it's in shade, so it's everything's slower and it's lower down on damp ground, so it's going to be quite as slow. But in this heat, probably maybe not that long, but really expect a few weeks for it to set at least. But it does set eventually, and these mud paths are very good, just like made out of the natural ground. If you think a normal footpath just over ground, it's just on the ground, isn't it? But it's only where it gets waterlogged or over trampled that it becomes like muddy. So if it doesn't do that, if it's properly drained, here the rainwater would all pour off the end and down there into the pond channel, so it shouldn't get waterlogged. So put another one there. I think I might need 1 or 2 more buckets. I don't know, it's difficult to say yet, early days. Get all that off. It's a very thin bit here. Just put those over there. Right, so that's smoothing down from there up to just that height. So it might be enough, just like that. This bit smooth down there to make that nice and level. Yeah, and then smooth that off like so, and there. That's looking promising. Chuck that lot up there, and that lot there. So that's all that section done. Yeah, maybe a bit more by just smoothing it down a bit. Then that sort of gives a whole lot more slop. Just like smooth it down to get it the right sort of shape you want it. I've noticed there's a bit of fingerprinty bit there. Smooth that out. Smooth that bit down to there, and then I just keep at the edge where I've got to as like a working face, just so I know that's as far as the path got to now. And here where it's a bit collapsible, just a couple of these bits of subsoil, just stuff them in there, and that just holds it up. That's good. Right, one other one in there like that. Right, and then that can smooth on along there a bit. Yeah, just a little bit more smoothing. You always look at it and think, oh no, I've left another bump, you know. But it's just make it as smooth as possible. You can see that's like a sloping downhill. It's not going to be kind of a noticeably steep path. You can come up and down here when this is set with a wheelbarrow quite easily. And then I've got to decide on the next little section here and what that's going to be like. So it's going to come round this pond channel here, and then the pond channel will split into 2. And this bit here, I'd like to come down to a kind of place where you can sort of spend time here, because this little bit of the woods here is sheltered in all directions by banks and islands and high bits. So it's also got kind of a way you can see the pond down there, and down there. So like just about here would be like a really nice place to have a bench or somewhere to sit where you're like in shelter but you can see everywhere. That'd be really good. So just finish off these edge bits for now, let this set, and so there, a new section of mud path. Yeah, just put it like that. So I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you press the little me, which is somewhere down there, you can see all my other videos, and I shall see you next time.